I'm Bob Tunheim, and I'm running for Mayor of Orono. As many of you know, I had the great privilege of serving on the Orono School Board from 2010 through 2022. And one of the biggest challenges facing us during that time was the COVID pandemic. And since my opponent seems to want you to think that our handling of the pandemic is some sort of black mark on my character, I want to hit it head on. Orono School's handling of the pandemic followed the rules and guidelines of the Minnesota Department of Education and the Minnesota Department of Health. We required masks to protect the health and safety of our students, our teachers, and their families, and we achieved our goal of keeping kids in school for the entire year to avoid distance learning. A number of people didn't like the rules that we were following, and political operatives seized on this opportunity to encourage people to attend school board meetings really around the country to protest. We were no different, and our normal handful of audience members swelled to well over 100 at any given meeting, and we had to move our meetings to the high school auditorium, where people, including many from outside the district and people without kids in school, took advantage of our open mic and video cameras to berate us and anyone who dared to voice an opinion that was different than theirs. There were even physical threats in the parking lot. It got so bad that members of the board, administrators, and members of the public were simply too afraid to attend the meetings. So on advice of a legal counsel, who reminded us that we had no obligation to provide an open forum of any kind at our meetings, we switched to listening sessions before each meeting, where people could have a dialogue with a subset of the board in full compliance with open meeting laws and away from the angry mob and the video cameras. Lo and behold, very few people took advantage of the opportunity, and those that did were largely in favor of what we were doing or wanted us to go even further to protect our students. Make no mistake about it, this was a very difficult time, but I challenge anyone to go back and take a look at the tapes of those meetings and find any incidents of disrespectful or uncivil behavior by me or any other member of the board, despite having ample reason to do so in the face of an extremely disrespectful mob. I want to bring civility and mutual respect back to Orono City Hall, and that means listening to every point of view, whether we agree or disagree on a subject. I want to hear about it. I hope I can count on your vote to be able to do so in the election on November 5. Thanks very much.